It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. All that and more coming up next.
We've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Today we get an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's the punter, Trenton Gill, now to do the honors, and off we go here at Soldier Field. And able to get this out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Smith. And that nearly an opening drive by the team, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, what's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. On the option right is Fields. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And that will be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
On 4th down, Chicago brings out Trenton Gill. And back deep is DJ Dallas.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off of play action, here's Smith.
He'll find Metcalf.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Smith going to try and run with it.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
To throw is Smith.
Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. To the air again, Smith. Short throw to Disley. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 18-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
End zone call. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Disley from 8 yards out.
And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Herbert.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he's able to get out to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Mooney, the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now it's Fields. That is caught by Herbert.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Herbert now on the option. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Herbert once more.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run with Herbert.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal. So instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bears first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields
Out to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Fields on 3rd down.
This is caught. Touchdown. Over the St. Brown. 27 yards. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On first down, it's Smith. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Smith off the bootleg.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Or even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Fields.
Open man right side of St. Brown.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for Chicago. Touchdown. Cornelius St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On second down, it's Walker. Now the ball comes loose. And this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Over.
Walker now on 1st and 10. There he goes, left side. And take this to the other side. It's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So into Bear territory now. First carry of the ball game for DJ Dallas. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down with Dallas. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Smith's throw into the hands of Rocket. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Through one quarter. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago offense. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some big offensive movement, you often get this result.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, Fields.
Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And a down the numbers. There he goes. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, in a great play for that defensive unit. Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And they'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
They run the option on second down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Back to throw, Fields. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down. Herbert powering up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Looking to throw on second down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A handoff for Herbert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second down, they go back to Herbert. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. 79 yards rushing for it as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Fields. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Play action. It's Smith. It's caught. Lockett.
And Lockett going to pick up a Seahawks first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
That one goes for 8 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Running left is Walker. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Geno now to throw. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Smith on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Smith and Chiago. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 31-yard line.
Again, Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Throwing now is Geno. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. With the Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
Fields on first down.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Here's 2nd and 10. Read option. Here's Herbert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now it's Fields.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Smith's throw into the hands of Fan.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They run again with Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. That is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard brings up 4th.
Just saw the run by there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
at their own 26. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Fields now to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line.
Now quickly here to Smith and Jigba.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Metcalf motions left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
To the air again, Smith. And this a quick slant to Lockett. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Here's Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now.
35. Bears 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
That cheat code offense. Let's go.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Baby, get low. Once again, we got to get it done as a group.
Jason Myers.
The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Taken at the goal line.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Fields going to keep it once more.
And now look at him go.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Fields going to keep it running right.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Here's a give to Herbert.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Here's Fields. That is caught by Herbert.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
field goal. Out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. There's Tyler Lockett and the rest of his Seattle teammates coming out for the next possession. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who is just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Throw left side complete. That's Walker.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for a sack. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber downtown.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Taylor now returning it.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Run! And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. To throw is Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
All right, now let's go get 6.
Play action. It's Fields. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stopped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Mooney, the motion man right. Another carry for Herbert on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Now Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to at my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 26-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And Walker once more. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith. Smith and Jigba to the ground. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 50, it's Smith. It's caught. Lockett. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away. The throw is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he's unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now. Midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final time.
I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
We need 6 on this drive.
Now it's Fields.
And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. Now it's picked up near midfield. They'll put that block on top of the nice lead that they have, and now it's trouble here in the 3rd quarter on the other sideline.
Well, I think it's more than trouble. They're just trying to figure out how to survive through this ball game now. They're about to really lay it down on them.
And they can just run some clock, get this thing to the 4th quarter, try to put it on cruise control. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 2nd and 10, Smith.
And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Smith.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Walker.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard.
Another 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Gino now to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And then again for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. We have Played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Komet. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and a yard. Back to throw. Fields.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And out now come the Seahawks.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To the right side, this is Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now Geno. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Bears 23.
Bring it home, boys. We got this.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On second down, here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
3rd and 2, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
They're going for it. Here's Herbert.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the 1st down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 25.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
3rd and 2.
Now Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing. That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
To throw is Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett from 4 yards out.
And the Seahawks start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards for number 11.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Julian Love picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
There's Tyler Lockett and the rest of his Seattle teammates coming out for the next possession.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Pushing through the contact. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Here's Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. That pass complete to Moore.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Fields now to throw. That is caught by Herbert.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 50, here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Now Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 9. To throw is Fields.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Fields on 3rd down. That is caught, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet, and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Santos with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.